Hello, good people. Again, thank you for letting me come into your home, Loretta's Kitchen, coming into your kitchen. So today, we are cooking a veggie stir fry over some seasoned rice. I started to put chicken in it, but then I changed my mind, like, you know what, everybody don't eat meat. So sometimes you may not feel like it, but you can do it with meat, but today we are doing it without. So my veggies that I have are one large white onion, big slices, not sliced real thin. You can slice them a little bigger than this if you want. These are 3 red peppers. They was kind of small, that's why I used 3. If you use bigger ones, you can use maybe 2. And then I have, this is a 2-pound bag of fresh carrots. I try to cut everything long, kind of like the same shape. And this is 1 pack of portobello mushrooms, sliced kind of thick. And then this is 2 stalks of broccoli, just the crown part of the broccoli. And this is going to be the last vegetables that we put in. Actually, I'm going to turn off my burner before I even put this in. All right, here we go. So, since we are cooking a Chinese dish, we're going to use sesame seed oil. Sesame oil. And this is the oil that you would use to get that taste. All right, so I'm going to turn my burner on, and I'll put this in. And while this is getting hot, make sure your pan is covered with it. While this is getting hot, and then we're going to put our rice on it, because we're going to put this over some seasoned rice. So I have my pot. There's actually 2 cups of rice. I'll turn it down some. And I'm going to put this in the bag so I'm not blocking anything. 2 cups of rice. And since we're using seasoned rice, I seasoned my water with 2 packs of the Goya vegetable season. This is really, really good. So since I have 2 cups of water, 2 cups of rice, you would use 4 cups of water. Let's make sure my season is not settled to the bottom. And then we're going to pour this in here, and then once this comes to a boil, and then we will turn it down. Do not stir your rice, people. Just put it there and leave it. Let that come to a boil. All right? Put that in there. Make sure. Get this all coated. This is going to be yum, yum, yummy to our tummies. So the first vegetable you will put, because they take the longest to cook, is going to be your onions and your peppers. And then we're going to add our seasoning once they start cooking down. So I'm going to tell you what seasoning that we're using. Let me see if this is ready. Nope, not quite ready. Now, because you can hear that sizzle, and we know that your oil is not quite hot enough. I know mine is not quite hot enough. But whenever I give you whatever ingredients and how much I'm using in a recipe, don't worry if you don't get it all, because my trusty camera lady Wanda, she makes sure that she put all of the ingredients and how much into the YouTube video. So fret not, people, fret not. All right, put it in there. Hear that sizzle now? Sizzle, sizzle. Get that going some, and then I add my peppers in. Just make sure all of your onions are loose. And then too, all these colors is going to be really, really pretty. You have the white onions, then you have the red peppers, the orange carrots, the brown mushroom, and the green broccoli. I had to think quick what I was calling the green. That's why it took me so long to get broccoli out. The green broccoli, like a rainbow. A crayon box. Alright, my eye on my rice. It's not boiling yet. I love rice. Rice is one of my favorite dishes. So I have to not eat it all the time, because, you know, I can get to be a big munch on the old hips. So when I was little, when we had this yard, 2 yards at our house when we was growing up, and my mom would always cook. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she would always cook in the kitchen. I never told my sisters the story. So whenever we was playing in the yard, my oldest sister was the first one to learn how to cook. I always stood by the kitchen window because I could see what they were doing in the kitchen. Always stood, and if they think that, they probably noticing that it was rare that I was on the other end of their yard. I always try to stay on the other end. Even when we had to go inside for something, I always shot through the back door. Never knew that, Wanda? You never knew it? And she's going to tell you she knew enough. Watch that camera. Which way is the camera shaking? All right, see how that looks? I'm going to add my peppers in here. All right. I'm going to show you that this is pretty. See? Red and white. This is going to be yummy. I actually made this last week for my dinner. And I put some spinach in mine too. That's all I have you know what, I didn't use rice. I just had some stir-fry vegetables. And we're going to make a honey soy sauce for the sauce for this. Soy sauce and honey. And what's good about that, it balances y'all out because the saltiness, and you can use a low sodium soy sauce too. And it balances out because the sweetness of the honey and the saltiness of the soy sauce. Well, I like to lay on my flavors, so I'm going to season everything, but because that sauce is going to be on top, I don't want things to be too salty. That's why when I've added seasoning to the rice, but not a whole lot, but just enough so it won't be so bland. And you just always want to make sure that your flavors are layered, like wherever someone put it in their mouth, like they can get a taste of it. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of sea salt in here. Okay. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic. And I'm not going to add any type of onion seasoning because you have the onions in there. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of pepper. Now, another thing to add, and if you're making a Chinese dish, is ginger. All right, so I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of ginger in here. Just stir it up. And I'm going to add one more thing. This swat trying to run away. This swat don't want me to use it. Oh, but I'm going to use it. All right. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. All right. I'm going to add my carrots. There we go. Boom. Get them all mixed up. Rice is starting to boil. I'm going to turn it down soon because we're finished cooking. Mix this up and then I show it again. There we go. Here we go. Boom. Pretty, right? It's going to be good. Yum, yum, yummy. They're my tummy. See, and it's just, it's sometimes when I eat dinner, I don't want any meat. Sometimes I want meat and sometimes I don't. But I'm saying this is very filling even without the chicken in it. Now, if you would use chicken, when I add chicken to mine, I usually use the thigh because, let me turn this rice down. I use the thigh because the thigh is not as dry as the breast. But if you choose to use the breast, you're welcome to. I'm not going to cover my rice either. Get this all mixed up. Okay, now I'm actually going to taste a piece of the carrot, even though the carrot's not done. I just want to make sure that it's seasoned. That's good. You hear the crunch now. When you I don't know if you can hear the crunch from the carrot. Of course, I have to let my camera person taste it. But when you still want to have some type of crunch to your vegetables, even though you're cooking it. Yes or no? Okay. And for this drink, I already made it, but I made some orange flavored water, 2 oranges, and sliced up, and I put it in the freezer. And I picked orange water and orange flavored water because a lot of Chinese dishes they use a lot of orange flavor. So orange flavor is not in here, but it could be in the drink. Huh? Bam, there you go. I actually could have put a little ginger in it too. I thought I got that after I left. Maybe next time. All right. Add my mushrooms. And I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are like one of my favorite vegetables. Get that all mixed in. And your kid, and you can always change out the vegetables if you want. Like I said, last week I put spinach in mine. If you want to do green beans, you can. Whatever vegetables, don't be scared to try anything. There's no reason to be nervous about food. It's just food. If you try something, if you don't like the way it tastes, then you don't have to make it again. But then sometimes you'll be really, really surprised. You know, you may think that sometimes things don't go together, but they do. But just don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. All right. Huh? See? Great. Pretty. You can use this for a side dish if you want to. You can do so much with this. So I'm actually not going to put this broccoli in until we put the sauce in. I'm going to turn my burner off when we put the sauce on it, once that sauce gets hot, because the broccoli, you don't want to overcook the broccoli, and the broccoli's already, once it gets that light, that bright, vibrant green color, your broccoli is ready to eat. So I'm going to wait for that. And the rice is cooked. All right, people, I am back. I actually stepped away for a little while because I wasn't thinking that I usually do white rice, which is brown rice, so brown rice takes a little longer, so I actually put a lid on it. First time I ever cooked rice with the lid. So I cleaned up my area, all that, nice and clean, washed up the dishes. So now we are back to finish up the dish, taste the dish, and drink it out with water. Ready? Here we go. All right. So my veggies are all hot. My rice is on. I'm going to put the sauce on here. The sauce is a half a cup of low sodium soy sauce and 3/4 cups of honey. So I pour this on here, all on. And then once my sauce gets hot, I'm going to put my broccoli in here. Let that get hot. This is going to be yum, yum, yummy to my tummy. See, it's boiling. See, there you go. It's not going to take long to get hot. And you also can, I used the wok because I had it, but you can use a skillet if you want. Cast iron skillet, whatever. You can use a wok, but don't think you have to have a wok to do this dish because you do not. All right. I'm going to add my broccoli. Go. Get that stirred up. Get the sauce all together. And all these veggies and things get all married up. Okay. And I know I said I usually turn my burner off. I'm actually leave it on for maybe a minute and then I turn it off. Make sure these broccolis are nice and coated. Trying to make sure the sauce get all over the vegetables. Let me check on my rice. You taste that rice and make sure it's done. There we go. It's nothing like eating rice that's not done. It's yucky. Don't like it. That is ready. It's hot. We'll take this off. I'm going to pour this in a bowl. Okay. That's here. All right. See the colors? You got red, you got some orange, a little brown in here. The onions actually changed because I put the sauce on there. The broccolis are cooking. And remember I said we're going to drink some orange water. You know what? I'm going to let this sit here. I'm going to get my water and my frosty glass together. Wow. This is, let that sit there for like another minute. And I'm going to pour my water up. I've set my glass in the freezer. Set my glass in the freezer. So it could be nice and frosty. Okay. Thank you, Wanda. This thing always, remember people, when you put it in the freezer, sometimes the lid is a little frozen. There you go. I had to put a little beat to it to loosen it up. My water in here. All right. Now, get my bowl to put my veggies and my stir fry in. All right. I think we ready. We ready? I think we ready. Okay. In here. Yummy, yummy, people. Almost. Okay. Over here. I'm going to get a bowl to put the glass bowl so you can see how I look through the bowl. Spoon. Put some rice in here. You know what's the wrong bowl? Can't eat all that. And then put the vegetables in here. Try to get some of everything. Some peppers and some. Here we go. All right. Put the sauce. Now we get to taste it. All right. I can taste some ginger. It's good. Let's see. I'm gonna taste some onions and get a little rice on there. I'm gonna let Wanda taste it. I gave Wanda a fork. I don't know if she want to use the chopstick. Taste the water. This is good. You can taste the orange in it. Remember I said the longer it sit in with the fruit and the water, the longer, the more it's going to taste like. And you can actually see ice. Can you see the ice inside of it? It's delicious. You want to taste some water, Wanda? And then she will let me know. So I'm gonna close out while she's tasting. And thank you again for letting Loretta come into your kitchen. Please don't forget to subscribe. You like it, Wanda? 2 thumbs up again. Don't forget to subscribe. Constructive criticism, comments. Okay, people? All right, until again, see you later. Bye-bye.